Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here. Gonna do an updated video on flatline poppers. Flatline poppers, I would say about 2 months ago, started to get real hot. Flatline poppers for me are low price stocks that have consolidated, and then you have the social media groups, the trading clicks out there. They seem to all jump into certain stocks as momentum plays. So the object is to identify the setups based off of volume, based off of float, based off of the stock pattern, get in before the move, and then get out after, when it gets noticed. Now this is much easier on the nerves than getting in when everyone else is getting in and trying to get an exit. So this is just an example. We're going to go over a few of these most of these that we're going to go over, we've gotten into, and now we're in the process of they have pulled back. So now we kind of get into the ones that actually had legitimate companies. Some of them were just patterns that played out good, and you're going to get a big pop, 200-300% pops, and these are penny stocks basically, and they tend to come right back down. So you have to be disciplined enough to get out of them. To be and feel okay getting in them. This is it's not the same game as we do with the higher probability setups or anything, especially with day trading radio. There's different type of trades we do. We have good quality names and pullbacks and technical levels and divergences, and we have futures trades and an option trade. This is a totally different animal altogether. So it's the first one is LVGI. We got in this one originally about 9 cents. It went up to 23 cents, I believe, 24 cents. It basically doubled. Came back down to about 12 cents. And actually, this company I want to show you right now is actually a legitimate company. They've actually been doing good. I've discussed this company with in previous videos when we got into this originally at 9 cents. And we talked about at the time the shareholder letter to the shareholder on the road, very positive, very bullish in my case, as a stock trader, looking at this letter to the shareholders was really good. That was January 27th. Now, the momentum trade is already, taken place in that. After that, look at this. They changed their December 31 fiscal year and expects to report record revenues. I didn't even realize this. That was February 18th, and then March 9th, which was just, I think that was yesterday. What is today? Today is, actually it was a few days ago. March 9th, 3 days ago. They acquired another company. Now in their letter, the shareholder letter, they said they're going to start acquiring maybe one company a quarter, I believe it was, for the next 18 quarters. And as you can see, they have Keto Sports, they have Roken Vapes, they have Jasper Benefit Solutions, and now signed a term sheet to acquire a majority interest in an unnamed third-party administrator. This acquisition will be the company's second acquisition into the estimated $200+ billion third-party administrator and MGU marketplace. So, overall, everything looks good there. It's just, we had to pop. It's pulled back. It's right back down this level. I would expect this to pop back up and just, slowly start to trend up here. Seems like pretty good news on here. I like the trend line underneath us. It's a cheapie, but if, it has a lot of good things going for it, especially this kind of a trend line right now too, which you don't put too much on these 12-cent stocks, but it is right there. It's perfect. So going into next week, LVGI, like it as a popper here. Already have my position. This next one is probably the first time I'm putting it on the video. I might have mentioned it before, but it's Scout Cameras, SCTC symbol. Under the radar. I actually put this one on a while ago. And you can see very light sporadic volume, maybe 5,000, 10,000 shares. There's not much going on during the day, actually. Let's see where it's 100 shares there. You'd be lucky to get that many shares, but again, it fits right into the I like this kind of a flat line under the radar. No one really knows about it. I went to their website. They have products. It looks pretty good. I think the volume's starting to pick up here. I think people are going to start getting in, and this thing is just going to start to move up. I don't see this thing, and then if the crowd comes, the Reddit crew or the Robin Hooders or anybody, if they could even trade this being a pink sheet and all, this will go. This will go. I'm liking it more and more. I'm not going to add to it, but it is still under the radar here, and I expect to get a double out of this. Possibly this could be something big. We just don't know yet, the way it's trading. Certain stocks will move up. Now, I'm in another one, which OMTK, and I've been banging the table on the pullback on this one. This is another quality name. And we were in this one. This was our natural diesel play, and a beautiful pop and a follow through. And then today, it actually had some news, some insider filings going on, and it just looks fine. Again, diesel engines to natural gas. It held this level. This is a pattern we like to trade. We got the pop. Since then, it's come back. You're always getting down here, what I like to call the second, the second time this comes back down. It will consolidate a while, and they'll try to do it again. In this case, it looks pretty good. I'd like to see what happens on Monday. Again, the other rule in this: don't fall in love with these. You get the pop, you get out. There's always another one coming down the road. So this one looks really good. OMTX. K, excuse me. Another flatline popper that's going to go on the HPS. I want to put the chart on there for us. And the HPS is actually the high probability setups that go out to members of Day Trading Radio. Those are the setups that give you alerts right when the triggers are hit, and the targets are hit, and the stops are hit. So there's a whole different section at Day Trading Radio for these, consolidation, these good technical levels. So this one. Recent IPO, we traded this breakout here. Since then, it's actually come back down, picking it up down here under 1350. The 1350 is going to be breakout. Again, anything can happen with this. It's not really, it's not an old stock at all. It's just about a month in existence. So, if we could actually start moving back up, we don't know where the upside on this could be, and we don't know where the downside is going to be either. But as you can see, the tight consolidation here, that's going to give us enough power once we get through it, and the lack of the small float that this has. I believe this has less than 2 million share float. So that's a combination that we like, and we get these big moves. So like I said, any type of news, this thing could probably go right to highs. So I want to be part of this. I'm a part of this. Still very volatile. These are all kind of volatile in one way or another. Here we have ADMA. They do plasma collection. And nothing really exciting about this other than the tighter channel. The reversal candle today came back pretty good. It sold off early and then just kind of worked its way all the way back and closed basically right at the highs and put in this nice candle, which is trying to break through to the downtrend. And that's it. We're waiting for a higher low. I think we could actually get that next week. That two, again, you have this consolidation, this one candle. I would give it the 225 level. It'd be it's another 10 cents, but to get this thing going, it doesn't have a history of two big days when it does go. So we're going to see where it goes from here. It's not my favorite, but I just want to mention that I like the downward channel on that. I'm just going in alphabetical orders of some things that I'm holding right now. Again, the flatline poppers sometimes could be a little bit more risky, and sometimes I like to throw these into it, like the CVM is kind of a meme stock. When everything was running, the cost stores, the GameStop, the AMC. This was like a lot of other stocks got really picked up and thrown up here, and some of them went crazy, like the $40 from 14, and kind of settled in and then drifted back down. But this actually has some big news. I discussed it on the HPS video today. This is one of our setups going into next week. It's a little higher price stock, and just looking for a little momentum. Now, what they're expecting like a big result, big release of their trial data and an phase 3 for their head and neck cancer trial that's been going on for 30 years. The last phase 3 was going on for 10 years, and now finally it's ended after the amount of events happened. So to say that they now lock up so now they're in the process of going through all the thing, and it'll be released at one point this year. We don't know if it's going to be next week. I don't know if it's going to be at the end of the year, how long that's going to take. But I would expect this one to pop, because there's so many people waiting for this. And even if the news, I don't even know if the news is going to be good or anything. I don't even really, hopefully, you always want something good to come out of the medical industry. But I've seen this before. There's a lot of hype behind this stock, and it's been such a long trial. It's 30 years. So if they actually could try to push this one going, it might gain the momentum of people thinking that the drop of, the announcement was imminent, and they would, kind of just run this thing, 4, 5, 6, maybe even more dollars. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just a nice little pop on this, and I want to be out of it. I do not want to hold going into any type of announcement, but I would expect them to manipulate this to the upside before the announcement, get people excited, and the announcement comes out, and this thing probably gets crushed. That's how typically things go. So look for a big pop. I'm in it. Small shares. We'll be out on any pop, and that's one of our flatline poppers going into next week. And the other one is, again, a lot of these stocks were the effect that happened here in January, the meme stocks, and they just took these stocks and they ran them from $5 to $30, and they've all pretty much come down. And again, I think we could actually do that again here, maybe kind of spark this one up a little. I'm only looking for about 3 to 4 points, get up to $12, $13 on this, on a small little pop. I like that we kind of got real tight in our candles. So maybe something comes of this, maybe not. These are higher risk, but we're looking at the candidates that tend to have it. This one has the ability to be manipulated, and a lot of people move this. So with it kind of under the radar now, that can happen again. Again, look for a fast pop. Be ready for it. I like to say, set the trap, get in these shares when nothing's happening to them, and when something happens, it's easier to sell it. Just sell right into that strength instead of chasing it and trying to figure out everything else that goes. You want to be in these things first. So, is there a chance of breaking down? Sure. If there was some news out there, but it's not a big position, and it's not a big stock at all. So you got to be in it to win it, and you have to plan out these. There's all different trades that we could trade. We are trading good channel lines and divergences and the patterns, but every so often I like to do these flat line poppers, which tend to give us big returns when they're set up. So a couple more I'll throw on that list here. Jan, we did that. The LWU. LVGI is my nasal spray. And, that's limited. Excuse me. We went over this one already. VTGN. I go through these so many times. VTGN, another good, flatline popper that we originally got in back here. Now I'm actually kind of buying the pullbacks, building the position in it, like the like the drug. I think it could be a big, some big news if they got any focus on the drug, and if it had some successful results and any type of news, this thing could go. There is a little space here between 1 and 2. But overall, I am in this. I would say news is the only thing I'm waiting for. This some kind of catalyst to move it. That's about it on that one. There is some cheap ones that I'm holding, like the ITOX, the MJ. Let's take a look at some of these. ITOX. which seems to be holding that 50 period moving average. See the consolidation here, nothing really going on there. And then this one's interesting, the MRJN. Oh, MRNJ, MRNJ. There we go. And again, you can see this actually holding the trend line too. We could actually just get one more pop on this. This is Metatron, and they do apps. They sell songs and sell apps and stuff. But again, this is micro pennies, not even a penny. So your mileage is not. I'm just putting on this video, keeping it off the main HPS watch list today. Put it in a whole separate video here. But these are all holding up. VLN. Let's see what else. Oh, the Wise Key, the VTGN. All right, here. What do we have here? We have TT and P. Titan Pharmaceuticals. Just had a pop the other day, and just have a couple hundred shares of this. Not much going on. Just nothing on it. Just got in it. 350, down 20 cents on it. All right. So out of those flatline poppers, if I were to pick a best bet of those, I do have some other ones I didn't go over. RDAR, not much going on there. Still watching it, still holding it. LVGI. Oh, the LVG, we went over that. That is probably one of the best bets. I'm still very happy with that setup there. The MRNJ, the NSPR, which is a very nice stock. NSPR. I had some insiders on this, on the pullback. So everything here, nice pullback. Now we just see if there's any upside on any of these very cheap stocks. And TSOI. These are all acted pretty good today. TSOI. Same thing. But these were all original poppers, and we took profits on most of these. We did take profits on. I just like the pullbacks, the quality names. They're not cream of the crop, but they are for the penny stocks and stuff. They already had some movement before that. There was a little interest in them before they got the momentum and breakouts and stuff. So I'm looking at those levels for those stocks to come back down. In some cases, touch them real quickly and then kind of consolidate. So a lot of those have pulled all the way back down. So the other ones would be probably Jan, just because of the nature of the beast. These stock, these traders are still around. There's going to be a lot more money going into the market coming up with the stimulus checks. I'm sure some of the meme stocks will get they'll be under pressure to the upside again at one point. And then the CVM, I just like these two new ones here. Consolidation, looking for that pop. But again, any pops, we're taking profits into every and all pops. Unless something now happens good. All right, so that's it. I just wanted to try to get something out there quickly on just the status of what I'm holding and what I'm expecting on some of these. I think I might have missed a couple. Swarm. Did I go over that Swarm? Web key. The web key is another one. Let's just go finish off with the web key here down at this level. That one sold right back down. Again, these are all patterns that we traded to the upside out of this pattern. Now they come all the way back down. So obviously it's we're looking at bounces here. That is something that's some pullback in that one. And INPX. Let's not forget this one. This one's again pulled back. I'm not a big fan of this one anymore. I'm not as big a fan of it as I used to be. I just feel like the reopening trade is kind of pushing this one to the side a bit. This used to be a great kind of a COVID massive gathering stuff, but now things are opening back up. But it's still on my radar. Still holding some shares of this. All right. And that's it. That's it for the flatline poppers going into next week. As I said about 3 weeks ago, this type of trading lasts very, it's like a flash in the pan. It comes and goes. You'll get a few days of nice movement, and it seems it's very frantic, and it kind of marks a little top in the market. It really does. And we've seen the market pull back after this happened. The market actually did pull back. It pulled back pretty violently. And this was kind of all these SPACs coming out, all the penny stocks running, and now things have come back and settled back in. And the ones that have kind of settled back in, we look for another maybe pop. We'll never probably get back up to the original levels we initially got, but we will get something to the upside. People have that short-term memory, or actually a little longer-term memory, knowing that these stocks did have some interest in, and when someone gets in it, they're going to jump in. So Jan leading that list of one of those stocks that had a nice move. So, all right. That's it. Have a great evening. We'll see you Monday live on Day Trading Radio. If you've not tuned in every day, we're trading every day. I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning, trading live on DayTradingRadio.com all the way to the close. And it's about 9 o'clock right now on a Friday night, and I'm getting this out. You can see GameStop here, a couple other stocks here after hours. Looking forward to next week. If you have any questions or anything, reach out, and we'll see you in the markets.